I love that idea.
Yeah, would love it. My goodness. We have an amazing community. Good evening, everyone. It is 7:02 p.m. on a Monday, November 25th, 2024. Thank you all for being here. In this evening's meditation that we're doing with Janine's meditation space, which she so kindly and generously offered for us to use. Thank you, Janine. And don't forget that we also have meditation in the morning, as everyone knows. And we also have a power hour that Rhiannon also leads on weekdays at 12 noon. So this community is pretty amazing. And my cousin leads a meditation on Sunday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern. I was on at 7 p.m. Eastern. I thought it was at 7 p.m. So I was there for 2 hours just waiting with my father. It's beautiful. I mean, having a community like this is a godsend. Everyone needs a community like this. Everyone needs a tribe. And who do we have? Do we have anyone waiting in our waiting room? It's 7:03. We'll start in about 2 minutes. But as we're starting, we're going to talk about what we're going to meditate today, or what your intention is, really, because this is your meditation. And this is the wonderful thing is that you can listen to my voice and you could follow whatever instructions I give you if you want. And you can also just as appropriately and perfectly do your own thing, do your own thing. If you feel like you need to go someplace else in your meditation, if you feel like you have other intentions, or if you're hearing something in my voice that's triggering something else, that's the reason. Go for it. Dive into it. That's the purpose behind you hearing whatever you're hearing, and then choosing whatever you want to choose, because it's yours. This is your time. You don't have to follow me as a leader. You follow yourself as a leader. So, and we're all leaders here. So it's all good. It's all perfect. I just want everyone to know that, because I'm noticing that in myself too sometimes. When other people lead meditations, I'm like, I'm going to veer off into this direction. And it's perfect. Whether it's Tony Robbins or Master Co or somebody from this community. So yeah, yeah. Wow, it's been quite a week after the Tony Robbins UPW that Rhiannon and I did with our group, with Todd and On, Laura, Drew was there, Karen was there, Todd's sister-in-law Anna was there, Pam was there for a bit. It was just the family coming together and creating more family. And thank God I had that group. Thank God I had my group at that time, because I was going through some challenges myself. And without them, I don't think I would have come on top and be on top of the situation I am in right now. So not only is community important, community is vital to thrive. It's vital. So recommend everyone continue with your community, grow your community, connect communities to community. Speaking of which, here's speaking of community and love. Look at it. It's great. I love it. And I called you earlier today and I got your voicemail, so I hung up. All right, beautiful. All right, everyone, 7:05. So let's practice. So first thing I like to tell everyone is welcome yourself, welcome your body, as if you are your favorite host welcoming your favorite guest. So imagine your guest, who is you, knocking on your door and saying, "Hello, let me in." And you open the door and you're like, "Oh, my favorite person in the whole world, me." Welcome that person in today. Invite them to sit down right next to you, in front of you, beside you, or in your heart, as I like to say. Come, come and take a seat in my heart. And I guess it worked really well because we have two Janines now. We actually have three. I'm one of them. This is working really well. Uh, so yeah, let's welcome each of ourselves as individuals. This is the perfect place to be. There is no better place to be than here, right now, where you are. And let's really focus on that, because it's not just words, it's the truth. This is where you belong. This is where you are welcomed. This is your home, your physical home, your mental home, and the home for your soul. And what I'm also saying is the home for your ancestors as well. I think that's coming from Leanna. And as we're focusing on home and belonging and community, we're noticing our physical body elevate to a more healed level, a level where we feel more whole, more perfect, if there is such a thing, more complete. As we focus on the word and the meaning of home, notice how wonderful the breath is, how delicious it tastes, like a cold glass of water in a hot day. It's as if you're serving yourself that cold glass of water after a long journey and sitting down to rest for a bit with you and with us, or different versions of you anyway. Let's completely immerse ourselves in this love, where everyone we see that's around us loves us infinitely and eternally. Everyone we see, including ourselves. Everyone we see, including ourselves and including others that we don't see. Others from our past who are connected to us, who are the reason for us being here now. Let's acknowledge those. Others in our past who knew about us, probably didn't see our face or name, but knew of their lineage and wish us the best and support us in achieving and being the best and succeeding and winning and all those wonderful things our ancestors want of us. And having an amazing time while we're doing it. Being able to smile as we succeed and win. Being able to hold each other's hands as we cross the finish line. As we look at each other, smiling. As we look up and forward into the beautiful sky. Seeing the billions of stars. Seeing the universe. Feeling that connection with everything that exists. Feeling our heart expand within us as if our heart wants to reach out to every single living human being and hold their hand as well. And to remind everyone that we're all crossing the finish line together, that we're all welcoming each other home. That deep down, no matter what the news says and religion says, and our parents say, and politicians say, and governments say, that we as human beings love each other. And deep down, we want each other to succeed because we know how important it is to have the other thrive. Because the other is just another version of us, of me, of I am, as in I am you, and you are me, and we are one. This knowledge is powerful, and acting on this knowledge is even more amazing. And practicing this knowledge, and speaking with this knowledge, and living with this knowledge is really who you are, the real you. The real you who's courageous to know that you are connected to everyone else. The real you who's courageous to know that there is no need for separation anymore. There is no need. That is the real you who's willing to hold every single person's hand and say, follow me. Follow me to love. Follow me to joy. Follow me. This is the real you who is the leader you were born to be. The leader of love, the leader of light, the leader of one, and that means everything and all things. Maybe, just maybe, that is your purpose. So as we go through life, our daily routines, sometimes we forget our purpose, our destiny, what we are meant to do on this earth. Maybe every once in a while we can stop. We can stop time. We can be present and remember and remind each other of who we truly are. In other words, getting back to center, getting back to love. So let's continue expanding our hearts without any limits, without any conditions, without any fear, releasing of what we need to release, to have our hearts expand, sending love and grace to ourselves and to others. Sending love and grace to the fire truck that just passed by in Washington Heights as I'm speaking. And to those people that fire truck is about to serve, with urgency, with love. Because even though time is infinite, there's no more time to waste. There's no need for it. Continue with expanding your heart, noticing that this whole time I did not once mention how to breathe, because you are breathing perfectly. When you're in love and you're feeling love, you are breathing absolutely the way you're supposed to breathe. Even your tongue unintentionally rises to the top of your mouth when you are in love, because that's where it belongs. Reaching out to all other hearts in this world with your heart, sending love, vibrations of healing, knowing that you have the inner light to grow bigger and stronger, without any limits, without any conditions. Know that source is you. You are the source. You are the source. So if you're looking for it, look no further. Just notice your heart. And right now, if there are a few individuals or people in your life that you think could use some love, some prayers of healing, you can picture them in your mind. And if you're unsure, think about the person that you don't like the most. It's probably the person calling out for the most love. You can picture that person in your mind right now. You probably don't like them for the reason of this. You have the opportunity now to send them love, send them grace, maybe even ask for forgiveness for being human. It's not necessary, but you can if you want. It's up to you. And we can even use the Ho'oponopono prayer, my favorite prayer, starting with I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for limiting you, for identifying you as something other than me. I love you. I love you as I love myself. I love you as I love God. I love you as I love everything and everyone. So far it's I love, it's I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. And then finally, with a big, wonderful feeling of gratitude, of powerful gratitude, we can say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to feel gratitude towards everything and anything, no matter what. Thank you. Thank you for being that person that no matter what, I can choose to feel abundance. I could choose to have abundance in my life. I can choose to create abundance, abundance of love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you can include anyone else besides the people that you have in your mind. You can include those that you don't know. You can include governments and countries. You can include politicians. You can include presidents, whatever. You can include them together and send them love and do the Ho'oponopono prayer as well. Not for them, but mostly for yourself. So you can experience life as it should be experienced with ultimate and unconditional love. by starting with, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. And as we come to the conclusion of this meditation, hold this love in your heart. Have it continue to expand as you come back to the present. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can open them and see the infinite love that we have in this community. Thank you all for being here and being a part of this meditation. Please take your time as you come back to the present, to your own present. And I'm so happy you could be here.
Rhiannon just
here,
called me. She
I haven't
said the
seen
meditation is on if I want to join.
you.
And it was so funny that I just read this book right now, and I am on the part where it say home is where you feel aligned and congruent with who you are, with your own soul. And we came to this meditation, and I heard welcome home, physically
Welcome
and
home.
spiritually.
I love it.
Oh, it's meant to be. It's meant to
Hmm?
be.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Mm, thank
The
you.
cosmic joke, right? Reverend Michael Long is like, of course. Of course. Uh, it's so funny when we're in presence, right? When I'm in presence and I'm feeling connected, everything seems really coincidental and hilarious. So funny. And I look up and I'm like, you really are a funny guy. You know, you should write jokes. Are you even seeing a squirrel? Ah! That's hilarious. Look at that squirrel. Without any kind of additional extra, what is it called, recreational stuff, without any of that, just by being present. Uh, and what I'm grateful for is the challenges. On like at the UPW, the Tony Robbins UPW. I'm like, man, I would probably be having. There's a part of me that said this. I'd probably be having an even better time if I didn't have the problems I had. And I laughed, of course, Reverend Michael Long. Exactly. And I'm you're such a dummy, Sam. Because everyone there, and he mentioned this too. He goes, whether you're going into or coming out of a relationship, he mentioned that. So either one is a challenge. Either one can be a growth opportunity. Either one can be both painful and joyful at the same time.
And the
You're
challenge makes
either
you stronger.
the challenge makes you stronger. Yes, yes. As long as that's our intention, right? Is that I'm going to come out of this stronger. With a nice, healthy dose of self love that the community also reminds us. Don't forget you love yourself, Sammy. Stop being so hard on yourself, Sammy. Laugh at yourself, Sammy. Are you practicing the exercise I told you to practice, Sammy? Yes. Sometimes.
When you remember.
When I remember. Like right now, for instance.
Hmm.
Somebody used to pass by the mirror and blow themselves a kiss. Who was it? One of the authors used to pass by the mirror. So they wink and they kiss themselves and they wink and they blow themselves a kiss. Oh, I know who. Tony Robbins' wife, Sage. That's what she does, right? She passes by. She looks at herself in the mirror. She winks and she blows herself a kiss. It's a good practice. It's a wonderful practice.
It's
Probably one of the most
amazing
sacred.
how different people remember different things. I totally miss that.
Yeah.
That's good. Good to remember. Nice.
Now on. Let me ask you something, right? For me, hold on. Let me see if I can do it without being silly. All right, not bad. I'm pretty in love with myself. Um, but I wonder if I'm what I'm offering is this request of each of us to before the evening is over, before we go to sleep tonight, to look ourselves in the mirror, wink, and blow ourselves a kiss, and notice how fun that is, and really have fun with it. You know, see, I'm such a great company to be around with. I'm, yeah. And I wonder, this is what I also wonder, if throughout the week, someone does that right back to us, besides us. You know, winks and blows a kiss. I wonder.
Okay.
Because when I do the affirmations in front of the mirror, they come back to me later on that day.
Hmm.
They do. Yeah, all kinds of great affirmations. They come back to me later. Yeah. It's not a coincidence.
I think it makes you look younger too.
I absolutely agree. So, hey, if this makes me look younger, how many times should I do it? Just enough to look a little younger. Just a little younger.
Should
Or
not overdose it.
not over there. Give me that 21-year-old picture. Hold on. 21-year-old. Still have it. Can you see this? Yeah,
Oh,
21. 21 years old. So
who's
that's
that?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Who's that?
That's a me.
You
That's me in the
cut
Navy
your
showing off.
face and you put on that body?
Oh my God, On, you're so funny.
Request that you take this off of blur so we can see this properly.
You serious?
So it feels like it leaves more to the imagination, Rhiannon, when you can't see.
Hold on a
Like,
second. I'm gonna take it off of blur. Hold on. You guys are
Sammy
hilarious.
just love
Hey,
to give us
Rhiannon, you do this.
opportunity. Sammy
What's that?
love to give us opportunity to be his judge.
You know what? You know what's funny? I'm doing this because I remember Rhiannon giving me a 5 or a 6. That's my 21-year-old self in the Navy right there. You see that? Yeah. So if the kissing me and winking at me is gonna make me look younger, I'm gonna keep doing it until I get to here. Then I'll stop a little bit, or maybe I should continue even more so.
Don't forget in January you will rip your shirt off in front of
I will.
Sammy, what I love about that more than the jokes and the silliness, thank you for your service. Because yeah, sometimes we forget that if we're doing something that is beyond just how we physically want to feel, like we will look mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and abnormally fit. Like Sammy, I
I
commend what the body looked like that surrendered and also protected America. Thank you for your service, brother.
That's exactly exactly why I was doing it. I want
I
to see
love
how many people I
it.
can protect. That's exactly, but it's so true though. When I'm in contribution, yeah, I feel stronger and more powerful when I know I'm serving. So true, Jane. You see right through me. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Did you lose
Yeah,
some
that's
weight or something? Why you take your shirt off?
Because we wanted to see what a 5 looks like to Rhiannon.
yeah, 5 out of 10.
I know, because
You like beyond
gave himself a
5 out of 4.
6, and then Laura was like, "Nah, maybe a 4, 5." Like
No, Laura said it's so generous of Rhiannon.
She goes, no, she goes with a straight deadpan face. She looks at Rhiannon, she goes, "You're being too generous." Like that. "You're being too generous." Laura, the businesswoman. "You're giving him too much." "You're not giving him enough motivation."
We learned each other's beliefs and values and how we perceive things just by that scenario right there.
It's amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I see two screens of Janine, one in the middle of her face and then one on the top right of her hands doing the phone. It looks like magic to me.
You are having a lot of fun, Janine. I don't know what you're doing. Look at her. I'm just so grateful for you guys. She turned to, how'd you do that? Janine, how'd you do that? This woman, wow. She conjured Becky.
Yes,
She manifested
amazing.
Becky. I know she was going like this, boom, 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 boom. Becky.
Yes.
Hi,
And
Becky.
it's gone. Where
Hi, Sammy.
How's the
How are
painting going?
I just finished putting it down just like 2 seconds ago to call it a night. It's taken a lot longer than I would have liked because I'm a perfectionist and it takes me forever to edge out the stuff because it has to be like, don't mess this up, Rebecca.
Don't screw it up, Becky.
Exactly. So it's taken me a while, but my room's a disaster. But it's coming along. Hopefully by tomorrow it should be done. God, I hope so. What would it take? What would it take? And I don't know. If you were saying of all those, if all that ranking is supposed to make you aware of what each other value, I feel like you guys got all work to do, man. Like that's messed up. I'm gonna take a stand that's saying that ranking anybody's body, first of all, is a big no for me. However, if you have
This
to be a five, really? Like, I don't even want to know how you guys would rank me. Like, that's cold.
no, see, Becky, we're doing from the waist up or the boobs up. And then after we rank that, then we're working portion by partitioning the body little by little. So
Okay.
once that is an 8 or a 9, then we'll move into other areas of the body.
Well, if
But
it's from like the chest up, then I have a better chance of getting a better score.
there you go.
Um,
There
I'm
you go. You
I'm gonna play the Rhiannon card here, sis. If all of us aren't playing for a 10 out of 10, nah. And I just put the most shameless shout out that next time y'all are coming here, Becky, you just inspired me that we gotta go beyond Minneapolis. I'm talking Stacy to see Phil and Liv and Steve in person. I'm talking Stillwater so you guys can see the amazingness of my brother's basement. That's the most cutest restaurant ever. And I'm talking back to Marine on St. Croix because Becky, I need to introduce you to a mayor and we've got to go down the St. Croix River together as a 10 out of 10. Rhiannon, you're invited. You're invited. Susan, Samita, you better come back and come on the right day because I can't believe we had to make up a day because you couldn't be here for Steve's party. And Rev, we're going to get you down here too, brother. So I just want to put that out, Becky. Like, who cares what other people rec or rep or what they say? I want all of us on this call to leave Sammy's meditation knowing we all declared we are a 10 out of 9. I rest my stats.
10 out of 9. And I'll take the medicine too.
Yeah.
Sammy's
Sharing
medicine.
to our 10 out of 10 bodies, I just shared a protein nutrient dense basil sauce that is off the chain that I make
Oh my God.
dinner. I use,
Say
oh,
that.
I forgot the goat feta. Let me add the goat feta in this recipe. Copy this recipe, y'all, because it's delicious. My family loves it. 1/4
Emailing myself this recipe right
goat
now.
feta. Don't take it yet. I have to add one more thing. I missed
Okay,
it.
then fix it so I
Okay,
can send email to myself.
now it's done.
All right, let's
So
see this.
I used, chickpea pasta or anything like that. That's like a high protein pasta. So it's like a really nutrient dense sauce. My favorite is Brazil nuts, using a cup of Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts have selenium. You don't get that easily. It's really good and it's creamy. I also like to make Brazil nut milk from scratch. It's really yummy.
Wow,
You just take
you
the
can do that?
nuts and use
Amazing.
overnight, and then you just peel off the brown part and you blend it. And if you have cheesecloths, you squeeze it through. And I put it in one of my milk jars. I have a milk jug, and I put it in here. That's it. Like, and you have your own fresh nut milk. You can make your own nut milk. I have cheesecloths. I make my nut milk all the time especially when I run out. But nutrient dense food will get to our muscle. We'll get our muscle mass from nutrient dense food and protein based food instead of too much carbs,
Yeah.
I wish Regenerative Brian would have stayed for this, Sammy. Like that in itself. I love how connected our communities are. And Becky, I'm also really grateful because what Samita taught me this morning was wherever we are in our journey, I'm okay with that. Because I've had those days too where I felt like a 2 out of 10. And then someone tried to convince me I was a 10. I'm like, let me just be a 2. I'll be like a 3 by the end of the sentence. But like, yeah. So thank you for that, sis.
Yeah, it's my party. I could cry if I want to, you know?
And thank you for reminding me of this protein dense food and the green leafy things. I just make myself a crispy rib, Claudio style. Just
Whoa.
in our meditation group, I totally forget about all the green stuff and the dense food or whatever. I will get back
Yeah,
to it one of these days.
it reminds me of a conversation that Edward Casey, I think it's Edward Casey, right? The the psychic, right? And the healer. So some interviewer came to his house and was interviewing him while he was having dinner. And he's all about the food and how it gives you energy or takes energy away. And he was eating pork chops. And the interviewer was like, Mr. Casey, or whatever, said, why would you tell people to not eat pork because it lowers their energy when you're having pork chops right now, right? And he goes, he says something like this, and I'm paraphrasing. He goes, if I don't have the capability or the capability to raise my energy to a high enough level where I could consume this in a healthy way, then I'm not worth much, ain't I? So he's saying, it's okay every once in a while. Give me a break. I'll be okay. I have enough energy and health to consume this and digest it. I'm not going to eat it every day, but every once in a while is okay. So I love that. I love that answer that he gave. Like, if I'm not going to be able to make a mistake every now and again, or, not be 100% perfect every now and again, then I'm not worth much. Not worth much, but, I'm not, yeah, anyway. So yeah, that conversation. I love that. Have you ever heard of Edward Casey on? Edward Case? Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he's a very interesting individual. Edward Case, right? Edward Casey? Yeah. Edgar Casey. Sorry, not Edward. Edgar Casey.
Okay, see.
This is him. This is him right here.
Mm.
Okay, one more request. Does anybody have any Thanksgiving recipes they're gonna knock out this coming holiday? I'm just curious. It's my first Thanksgiving without dad, so I'm actually cooking for the first
Beautiful.
time. Dad would always be the cook. So I've got his recipes, but I'm also curious as to what other people's traditions are, but they like.
I'm gonna send you the text for it right now.
And then On posted a very savory photo in the group chat.
Claudio pork chop. Claudio pork rib.
All right, you're gonna love this recipe.
Like we need it all.
So this is dandelion, Rhiannon, and I know you know dandelion, how good that food is, dandelion. So in the Lebanese version of it is hindi, and it's boiled with garlic and lemon juice and olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and it
You can
is
eat
super
dandelion.
dandelion. You know
Is that the
dandelion,
flower? The
not the
flower?
flower, the weed, the green
Yeah.
stuff,
You eat
the
that?
dandelion. Yeah, dandelion. They sell it in supermarkets. You could cook it and you could eat it raw, but it's very strong when you eat it raw, right? Has a
So
very strong.
added to,
But
I
I
just
Oh,
I, I love.
sorry.
Go ahead. So my cousin Samira knows about it. It's called hindbi. It's called hindbi.
I just shared a cool sweet potato recipe that I got with goat cheese. Yumminess.
Mm.
Potato with goat cheese. Yumminess on top. Oof.
Mhm. Hi
Oh,
there.
nice.
If you're gonna make sweet potato pie, my friend's mother makes the best one for years. She doesn't cook, but she knows how to make a. I mean, I'm very picky. She makes the best sweet potato pie, and I got finally the secret. So
With
add crushed pineapple into your sweet your potato pie, but without the juice. And of course, you add your marshmallows on top. That will give you, oh my God, everybody will want to, you won't have no leftovers.
wow. So the pulp of the pineapple, right? The crushed pureed pineapple, squeezed from the juice, mix it with the sweet potatoes, and then after it's and then marshmallow topping.
Well, obviously, you got to bake it. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That sounds amazing. I love cooked pineapple. I think cooked pineapple is one of the most delicious things. It's
And if anyone's making potato salad, chop up apples in it.
yeah.
It makes it really tasty. Also, no leftovers either.
Yeah.
Um,
Also
I
love
raised
apples.
I raised a video earlier yesterday, Rhiannon. I put it in the chat. You're gonna love it. And for everyone who got to celebrate with Joy this morning, I'm really grateful that she allowed me to, I guess, give all of you a hug. She wasn't able to make it tonight, but she just, gosh, she loves this place. Back to you all. And Susan, I love when I hear your voice.
You guys are the cause. You guys are making this happen. So I love you guys too.
Thank you, sister.
We are all vessels on this earth. You know, I was working my ass off this weekend and I found out someone passed away. And I'm not going to describe how because somebody might know this person. But let's just say they were doing house chores on their property and a freak accident happened and they passed away. So, long story short, if you wake up and say, why am I here on earth? There's a purpose, an assignment. Keep living, play full out.
Yeah.
And you need to be like, what's my purpose? Your purpose is whatever it is for that day.
Thank you, Susan. Because we never know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I started to feel like I didn't have the energy like I usually do, and it took me a little longer to get my day started because I'm just still recovering from a cold and my body is still like fatigued. And there was a part where I could have had that other dialogue, you know what I mean? Like judging myself and making myself wrong for like, and then I was like, no, be quiet, pause button. You're resting. and you're easing your way in. You're going to go have some soup because you didn't eat yet, and then you're going to go lay down, and then you're going to figure out what's next. And I tried to make phone calls to handle some other things, and it's the holiday coming up, so people aren't in office. So I'm like, oh, time for me to rest and reset, and things start up again on Monday, and it's okay. So like also checkmate our thoughts and our inner dialogue. And that I'm thankful for.
Yes.
Because otherwise that I would have caused myself suffering that was unnecessary.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you, Rihanna. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest after this. I'm gonna go lie down and get some rest. Maybe I have a little vodka and orange juice.
I'm gonna Wim Hof in honor of Toddy. The other
I
is
mean,
number 3.
what-
Can we? Oh my gosh, can we honor one of the meditations in the morning? Because it's 15 minutes. We'll just do a 14-minute video that Toddy showed last week on the Empower Hour. People will hop in and they'll either go to the breakout room, which will just be silent, or they'll stay in the Wim Hof room until we start reciprocity.
Janine, I don't know where you're taking us, but I'm right behind you.
Oh. Well, I'm thinking about doing it on Tuesdays because on Mondays during the Empower Hour from 12 to 1 Eastern, I'm always doing Max Out Mondays. I'm like, come on, Andre, if we get done in 48 minutes, I can see 12 minutes of Rhiannon. And I get to create that for myself. So, Sammy, I'm grateful you hosted. And with that, I'm going to be complete knowing this thought is unraveling. Back to you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, there's a little bit of like, oh, I missed the Empower Hour, but it's happening again tomorrow. It's the Empower Hour is happening again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and it's always going to be amazing, and it's always amazing. So that's something to look forward to. In Cancun, Reverend Mike, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I
go
wanted to
ahead.
just tell you my best hack for Thanksgiving is get cranberry sauce. If you get cranberry sauce from, well, Costco has organic. And what you do is you get some dried apricots and you chop them up. Then you put the cranberry sauce in a little pot. You add the apricots and you make it, and then you make it all together, and then the apricots reconstitute. So then you end up saying that you made it because you doctored it, and it's so good. Or if you don't have dried apricots, you can also use pomegranates with the cranberries.
Ooh, mmm,
Delicious,
so
delicious
good.
cranberry sauce. That's what I have to
Oh,
say. I mean, there's other hacks. Everything Trader Joe's is a hack for me
yeah,
that you can then,
I could
yeah,
see putting that cranberry sauce on a turkey sandwich, on a ham sandwich, on any kind of
yeah,
sandwich.
Oh, it lasts
yes.
time. I make it from scratch. My dad's recipe is to take orange peels and lemon peels, peel it and
Mm,
put it in there with, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
sugar ratio, and you let the cranberries boil down with the orange and lemon peel. Oh my God.
that
Yeah,
sounds so
I
good.
mean, that's exactly like if you look at what the ingredients are in the organic one that they have at Costco, because I don't want to have to cook anything, it's actually just like 3 ingredients: sugar, water, and cranberry sauce. It might have citric acid in, but I'm not sure.
Mm,
But if you do the zest, which I've also added zest to it, zest of orange or zest of lemon, I'm telling you, the apricots takes it to a whole other level. Yeah,
okay, all right.
there you
You
go.
know the fruit roll up apricot, the Middle Eastern one. You know that one I'm talking about, Samita?
Yes,
I wonder if you could put some bits of that in there too.
maybe, but there's something about the actual fruit. Like you
Mm,
get like a piece of the prettiness. It changes
yeah.
the color. It goes to like, it's very autumnal. So you get the little piece of the apricot because that fruit roll up is reconstituted apricot and other stuff. It's not just apricots.
Right, it's glucose, some glucose in there. Bye, Becky. Love you. And yes, Janine, also stuffing. Samira's mom, Tia Fatini,
Oh,
used to make
chestnut,
stuffing with
roasted
chestnuts.
chestnut stuffing.
With
Yeah, if
roasted
anybody
chestnut.
wants that recipe, let me know.
That is one of the
It's
things that I remember of
delicious.
the yeah.
Yeah.
Roasted
And she
chestnut.
also marinates the turkey in wine for 24 hours in advance. Forget about the salt water. She uses wine
Yeah,
and she just considers it it's a big chicken. Yeah.
exactly. Pine
Yeah.
nuts. Yes, pine nuts are delicious. Pine nuts fried in butter.
Oh, bye, Reverend Michael. Can everybody
I
post it in
remember
the meditation thing, not just in the chat? Can somebody manage that? Because I can't
Po-
get to the chat right now.
Post what, Samita?
Whatever everybody has posted.
The recipes.
Yes.
Well, mine's
Okay,
in the chat and On started by putting her picture.
beautiful.
Nice.
Gita,
Excellent.
I look
Got
forward
it.
to hearing the first time you introduce Sammy to little Vivi over a night of kidney.
Oh my God. Can you imagine how
Oh,
delicious that'll be?
He has no
yeah.
idea. Like, Sammy, I'm so proud of you. You are like literally my highlight of the night.
Mm-hmm.
We had 4 calls
Janine.
in one Zoom.
That's right, yes.
That was today, bro. I did that today.
Today.
12/12/24.
Yeah. 40 hours? I gotta study for 40 hours. I gotta clock that in.
Yeah, but you don't have to get fingerprints, which is kind of weird, but okay.
All right, I'll clock it in 40 hours. Yeah, I could do it. I could do it.
And
All
then
right, you guys, I'm jumping off. Love you. Bye.
bye,
Love you
Samira.
too. Bye.
He's
Bye-bye,
in the
everyone.
background. Bye, Rhiannon. Thank you, Sammy.
Have a wonderful night. Beautiful. Mwah, mwah. Bye.
Bye bye.